The Democrats are panicking. They are absolutely panicked. They know that the Biden world of corruption and deceit is about to unravel. We're going to see the latest on the second stash of classified documents illegally handled by Biden. We're going to see the desperate measures the White House is doing to try to cover it all up. And make sure to stick with me to the very end of this video when we'll find out why this is all just the beginning of the unraveling of the Biden crime family. You are not going to want to miss this. The pressure is building on Attorney General Merrick Garland to appoint a special counsel to investigate bumbling Biden's illegal handling of classified documents after a second batch. Yes, you can't make this stuff up. A second batch of Obama-era documents were discovered. It has now been confirmed that Biden aides did indeed discover at least one more batch of classified documents from his time as vice president in Biden's personal possession. This comes, of course, just days after the White House revealed that Biden's attorneys had handed over classified documents stored at the so-called Penn Biden Center in Washington, D.C., which, as it turns out, appears to have been funded, at least in part, by China. Now, of course, we all knew, as the Republicans took control of Congress, we knew that investigations into the Biden crime family were going to be a top priority, if not the top priority. What we didn't see is Joe Biden actually contributing to that investigation. We didn't imagine that Joe Biden and his inner circle of buffoons would actually provide more fodder for investigative oversight committees. I believe we actually underestimated just how inept and incompetent bike riding Biden really is. And that, of course, would extend to his inner circle, such as people like Pete Buttigieg, that's right. Pete Buttigieg. He's got to be the single sorriest excuse for a transportation secretary that ever existed in the history of transportation. I mean, I'm willing to go back to Mesopotamia here, gang, where Pete Buttigieg alive during the time of the building of the ziggurats. Let's just say I think human history would have taken a dramatic turn for the worse. But it is true. I don't think we believed that Biden could actually be this incompetent, but it appears that we were wrong. We underestimated just what kind of blithering idiot this fellow really is. Gang, let's not candy coat this. We now have a second batch of classified documents that bumbling Biden, and this is key, illegally retained in an unauthorized location after the Obama administration came to a blessed end. This is not rocket science. This is very easy. What Biden did was illegal. What Biden did broke the law. He illegally housed classified documents, not merely in unauthorized locations, but in at least one location that had financial backing by China. And of course, the $10,000 question is, what access, if any, did Chinese officials have to these documents? So this was both actually absolutely illegal and potentially compromising to national security, just like, Hillary Clinton's emails. And so the question now is, what's Merrick Garland going to do about this? Here's Senator Josh Hawley pointing out the obvious conundrum the Democrats have put themselves in.
Because that's exactly what Merrick Garland has done to Donald Trump. And Sean, as you were just saying a second ago, it can't be that we have two tiers of justice in this country. It can't be that there's one rule for Republicans and a different rule for Democrats. Merrick Garland said, we have to have a special prosecutor for Trump. Well, that means we've got to have one for Biden. It's the same thing. And arguably, it's worse for Biden because, as you say, he couldn't declassify. Whatever else we know is true. We know that he didn't have the power on his own as VP to declassify these documents. So listen, the Democrats say they're all for equity. Well, what's equitable here is that there be a special counsel.
I love it. Hey, Democrats, what happened to your love affair with equity? Equity and fairness, right? Silence is compliance. What a bunch of utter jokers. And you'll note, Hawley pointed out the obvious here. What Biden did was infinitely worse than Trump. Unlike Trump, Biden as VP did not have the power to declassify. He illegally stashed classified documents. Trump didn't, period. It's that cut and dry. And even the shameless shills for all things Democrat and the legacy media are starting to get it. Wait till you see this exchange between White House spokesperson Karine Jean-Pierre and a CBS reporter. It's going to make your day. But first, gang, it is the new year, and it's the perfect time to treat yourself or a loved one with a warm, soft, comfortable MyPillow product from the one and only Mike Lindell. And the best part is you're going to save nearly 70% if you use my special promo code Turley. Promo code Turley will get you the same discount on all of Mike's nearly 200 MyPillow products. For example, if you get the classic MyPillow, which is normally $69.98, if you use promo code Turley, you're going to get that same classic MyPillow for just $19.98. And that applies to over 200 products in their catalog. So, gang, don't wait. Click on that link below. Give the gift of comfort and warmth to your loved ones. Support one of America's most amazing patriots and get the best savings ever. Click on that link below right now.
On the documents case, again, you've laid out that the president's lawyers and the special counsel are dealing with the legal side of this. You've now laid out that you have not had a conversation with the president about this. But this was reported Monday. It happened in November. Are you aware of any conversation in the West Wing among others, people other than the president, about disclosing this once it was discovered?
What I can say is I was asked by our colleague if we talked about the documents themselves. The president said he does not know what was in them, right? But also just wanted to clear that up. I understand you guys are going to have a lot of questions on this. I get that. I know you guys are going to have a lot of questions on process and specifics. And what I can tell you is that I'm not going to go beyond what the president laid out. I'm not going to go beyond what my White House counsel colleagues have stated. I would refer you to them for any other specifics or additional information. I want to be prudent here. I want to make sure that we do this in the appropriate way.
We're going to ask them because that's our job.
I understand, and my job is to answer your questions. So here we go. Let's go.
We asked this is because on day 2 of this administration, when he swore all of you in, the president said, quote, "I'm going to make mistakes. When I make them, I'll acknowledge them, and I'll tell you, and I'll need your help to help me correct them." So you're the one here talking to us about this. That's why we're asking you. So let's just remember that. When he was asked yesterday,
we don't need to have this. We work very well together. We don't need to have this kind of confrontation. Ask your question, and I will answer them the best that I can.
Part of the reason we're laying that out is because you're laying out your part of the job. We're laying out our part of the job.
I know, but I'm just saying that we don't need to have contention. You don't need to be contentious with me here, Ed.
The president was asked yesterday, but did not answer this part of the question. Why didn't he or someone in the White House inform the American people when these documents were discovered on November 2nd? Did it have anything to do, because people are asking this part of it, did it have anything to do with the fact that the election was just a few days away?
Again, Ed, this is under review by the Department of Justice. It is literally under review right now. As I am talking to you, it is under review. So I'm not going to get beyond the process. I'm not going to get beyond what the president said.
That's right. It's under review by the Justice Department right now. Right now as we speak. Right now. Right now as I'm speaking to you this moment. In the now of this moment, it's under review. It's like Kamala Harris, Cackles Kamala, is infecting the whole of this White House. Now it's happening now because now is when the happening happens. I mean, this is beyond comic relief. And did you catch how this guy, Ed O'Keefe at CBS, did you catch how stunned Karine Jean-Pierre was that he broke out of character of the fawning media, which is supposed to be incessantly in love with all things Democrat? You don't have to be contentious with me, Ed. You don't have to be. We've been working well together, right? I play my part, you play yours. Come on, Ed, come on. Again, that was Ed O'Keefe of CBS News, actually doing the job the news media is supposed to do, holding our leaders accountable. Again, this Karine Jean-Pierre has got to be the single worst press secretary in human history. This administration is a transportation secretary who can't keep the airlines open or solve the supply chain crisis, and you got a press secretary who can't utter an intelligible sentence. I mean, here's Peter Doocy of Fox News doing what Peter does best.
On these documents, how could anyone be that irresponsible?
How that could possibly happen. how anyone could be that irresponsible.
Isn't that what this president says about mishandling classified documents?
The president spoke to this personally. He spoke to this personally, and he believes that classified documents and information should be taken seriously. He takes them seriously, and he was surprised to learn by any records had been. I disagree.
Man, that was painful to watch. I mean, it's like a car wreck on the side of a highway. I mean, you don't want to see it, but you can't help it, you know? So what can we expect to come out of all of this? Well, pundits like Speaker Newt Gingrich are coming out and saying that this is only going to get worse for Biden. Here's Newt last night on the Laura Ingraham show.
Look, I think what's happening is the documents are the beginning of the unraveling of the entire Biden, basically, criminal family operation. First of all, the documents are going to lead you to the University of Pennsylvania, where the Chinese communists gave millions and millions of dollars. They refused to open their books. The president of the University of Pennsylvania got to be the ambassador to Germany. People like the Secretary of State, the current president. Biden got $1 million for 9 appearances. We have no idea where all the money went. We have no idea what the influence was. But it's ironic that some of these documents were found at a University of Pennsylvania office. Second, this leads you right back to Hunter Biden as the bag man, because the first wave of documents included documents about Ukraine at about the time that Hunter Biden was getting hired by Burisma, the Ukrainian energy company, largely because he was the son of the vice president. So that's going to all be wrapped up together. And then finally, this makes an absurdity of the attack on Donald Trump. The fact is, Biden can't tell you, and they've said this openly, he has no idea who had the documents. He has no idea what documents we're talking about. Now imagine, we're talking about very secret documents, which the current president of the United States openly says somehow somebody somewhere got them and they took them away, and he has no clue, which also says to me, if the FBI were serious, they would be looking at all of Biden's multiple homes. They'd be looking at all of Biden's offices for the last 10 years just to figure out what else is there out there that we haven't seen yet.
And
this
also,
is not going to go away. It's going to get bigger.
This is just the beginning, gang. Just the beginning. Make no mistake, the Democrats are panicked today. They are absolutely panicked. The Biden world is about to unravel. There's so much here that promises to blow the roof off of virtually everything involving the Biden crime family. We're not even halfway through January. Butter the popcorn, gang. It's gonna get good. As always, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. You'll definitely want to check out my latest video on Matt Gaetz dropping the Dems' worst nightmare, exposing what they've been trying to hide for 2 years on J6. You're going to absolutely love it. So make sure to click on that link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.